The silent suffering. What 90% of cat owners get wrong every winter. The living room is warm. The heating system hums quietly in the background. Outside, snow begins to fall. Inside, a cat sits near the window, watching the flakes descend. The owner walks past, confident that their indoor companion is perfectly comfortable. After all, cats have fur. They evolved to survive harsh conditions. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. This scene plays out in millions of homes every winter. And in the vast majority of those homes, the cat is suffering. Not dramatically, not obviously, but suffering nonetheless. The tragedy lies not in malicious neglect, but in a fundamental misunderstanding of what these animals actually need when temperatures drop. The assumptions we make about our feline companions during cold months are not just incorrect. They are quietly harmful. The first mistake begins with the most dangerous assumption of all, that fur equals warmth. Cat owners see their pet covered in a thick coat and conclude that winter poses no threat. This logic seems sound until we examine what happens to a domestic cat when exposed to cold. Yes, cats have fur, but the cats living in our homes are not the same as their wild ancestors. Domestication has fundamentally altered their physiology. Indoor cats, especially those who have never experienced outdoor temperatures, lack the seasonal coat changes that feral cats develop. Their bodies do not produce the same insulating underfur. When winter arrives, these animals are essentially wearing a light jacket in a blizzard, and their owners remain oblivious. The temperature drop happens gradually. A cat who is comfortable in September begins to feel the chill in November. But cats do not complain. They do not vocalize discomfort the way dogs might. Instead, they adapt silently. They seek out warm spots. They curl into tighter balls. They reduce their activity. And their owners interpret these behaviors as normal winter laziness, never recognizing them as distress signals. The second critical error occurs in the bathroom. Water bowls sit on cold tile floors, and as winter deepens, the water in those bowls grows colder. Cats are already notorious for not drinking enough water. Their desert ancestry programmed them to obtain moisture from prey rather than standing water. Now add ice-cold water to the equation. The cat approaches the bowl, touches nose to surface, and recoils. The water is uncomfortably cold. The instinct to drink battles against physical discomfort, and frequently, discomfort wins. The cat walks away, slightly more dehydrated than before. Day after day, this scene repeats. The owner refills the bowl daily, never once checking the temperature, never noticing that consumption has dropped. Over weeks, chronic dehydration sets in. Kidney function begins to suffer. Urinary crystals start to form, all from water that is simply too cold to drink. The third mistake manifests in the litter box. That same bathroom with the cold floor and cold water also houses the litter box. In summer, this arrangement works perfectly. In winter, it becomes a source of genuine distress. Imagine standing barefoot on frozen tiles, squatting for an extended period, completely exposed and vulnerable. This is what we ask our cats to do multiple times daily. The cold surface beneath their paws becomes genuinely painful. The instinct to eliminate battles against physical discomfort. Some cats begin to rush through their bathroom routine, not covering their waist properly, simply trying to minimize time on that frozen surface. Others develop aversions to the litter box entirely, leading to accidents elsewhere in the home. The owner sees the behavioral change but misses the environmental cause. Punishment follows. The cat grows more stressed. The cycle deepens. The fourth error lives in the bedroom. At night, temperatures in most homes drop significantly. Thermostats get adjusted downward. Heating systems cycle off for hours at a time. The house that felt comfortable at 8 in the evening becomes genuinely cold by 3 in the morning. The cat, who weighs perhaps 10 pounds, struggles to maintain body temperature. Small mammals lose heat rapidly. Basic physics works against them. They seek warmth desperately, and often, that warmth comes from sleeping next to their owner. But in 9 out of 10 homes, the bedroom door stays closed. The cat is locked out, separated from the one reliable heat source available. They spend the night curled on a couch or hiding under furniture, burning calories simply trying to stay warm. Morning arrives. The owner opens the door. The cat rushes in, seeking warmth and comfort. The owner interprets this as neediness or attention-seeking behavior, never recognizing it as a survival response to hours spent in genuine cold. The fifth mistake happens in the feeding area. Most owners feed their cats the same amount year-round. The portions that worked perfectly in July become inadequate in January. Cats require significantly more calories in winter, even when living indoors. Their bodies work constantly to maintain core temperature. This metabolic demand burns through energy reserves rapidly. The cat that maintained a healthy weight all summer begins to lose mass in winter. The owner notices the cat seems hungry more often but worries about overfeeding. The portions remain unchanged. The cat grows thinner. The owner attributes this to age or stress, never connecting it to increased caloric needs driven by cold temperatures. The sixth error appears in the windows. Cat owners who would never dream of leaving a window open in summer think nothing of cracked windows in winter. Fresh air seems healthy. The small gap appears harmless, but cats gravitate toward windows. They sit on sills for hours, watching the world outside. That crack in the window creates a constant draft of frigid air flowing directly over the cat. They sit there anyway, driven by instinct to survey their territory. The cold air flows over them continuously. Their body temperature drops slowly but steadily. Arthritis worsens in older cats. Young cats develop respiratory irritation, all while sitting in what appears to be a sunny, pleasant spot. The seventh mistake occurs in the garage. In suburban homes, cats often have access to attached garages. In cold months, these spaces become refrigerators. Concrete floors radiate cold. Thin walls provide minimal insulation. The temperature inside hovers just above freezing, yet owners allow their cats to wander in and out freely, assuming the animal will self-regulate and leave when uncomfortable. Cats do not self-regulate this way. Curiosity and hunting instinct override comfort. The cat stalks through the frozen space, chasing shadows and investigating sounds, while their core temperature drops to dangerous levels. By the time they finally retreat to the warm house, damage has already occurred. The eighth critical error involves outdoor access. Millions of cat owners allow their pets outside year-round. In summer, this practice carries its own risks. In winter, it becomes genuinely life-threatening. The cat who ventures out for a quick bathroom break in December faces conditions their body cannot handle. Paw pads, which are sensitive and designed for traction rather than insulation, make contact with frozen ground or snow. Pain shoots through nerve endings. Ice crystals form between toes. Chemical dicers burn exposed skin. The cat rushes back inside, but repeated exposure causes cumulative damage. Frostbite develops in ear tips and tail ends. Arthritis pain intensifies in joints. The immune function drops as the body diverts resources to heating. All of this happens silently. The cat does not cry out. The owner sees a pet that goes outside and comes back in, apparently fine. The ninth mistake lives in the veterinary schedule. Most cat owners maintain regular vet visits for vaccinations, but skip wellness checks if the cat appears healthy. Winter health problems develop slowly and present subtly. Dehydration does not announce itself with obvious symptoms. Early kidney stress shows no external signs. Arthritis pain manifests as reduced activity, which owners attribute to normal seasonal behavior changes. By the time symptoms become obvious enough to warrant a vet visit, the condition has progressed significantly. A simple midwinter wellness check could catch these issues early. Instead, they advance unchecked for months. The 10th and final mistake emerges from confidence. Cat owners believe they understand their pets. They have lived together for years. They recognize normal behavior patterns. This confidence becomes dangerous in winter because the changes are so gradual and so subtle. The cat drinks slightly less water each day. They eat with fractionally less enthusiasm. They move a bit more slowly. They sleep in different locations. Each individual change is tiny. Spread across weeks, they become invisible. The owner notices nothing wrong because nothing seems dramatically different from yesterday. But compare January to September, and the decline becomes obvious. The confident owner misses the slow accumulation of stress and discomfort because they are watching for sudden, dramatic signs of distress that never come. Cats evolved as desert animals. They are masters of concealing weakness and pain. Predators target vulnerable animals, so natural selection favored individuals who could hide suffering. This ancestral trait persists in every domestic cat. They will endure genuine hardship without making a sound, without displaying obvious behavioral changes, without asking for help in any way humans readily recognize. Winter amplifies this tragedy. This season creates genuine welfare issues, but the species-level instinct to hide those issues means owners remain unaware until problems become severe. The solution requires paradigm shift. Cat owners must stop assuming that fur equals warmth, that indoor equals safe, that lack of obvious suffering equals lack of suffering. They must recognize that their pets need active winter care. Heated water bowls to encourage drinking, heated pads in sleeping areas, increased food portions, protected litter box locations, closed windows, blocked garage access, restricted outdoor time, regular wellness checks. None of these interventions are complicated or expensive. All of them are ignored by the vast majority of cat owners because the need is not obvious. The cat suffers silently. The owner remains confident, and winter passes with damage done invisibly.